Hey guys, MightyGazelle here. A few days ago, like a day or two ago, I posted my question and answers video, enticing you guys to ask me a bunch of questions. I have not viewed the video yet, I have not looked at the comments, I have no idea what any of you actually asked. So here I am today, I'm going to go through them and sort of try to do my best to answer them. I can't go for 30 minutes for each question, and I have no idea what's actually going to be present in the comment section. So this should be a lot of fun, and if my hair looks shiny, I got out of the shower, so it's still kind of moist, and there's a light reflecting off it. This is a very casual video, so feel free to sit back, relax, almost treat it like a podcast if you want, but without further ado, here we go. I'm going to go to the first comment. Jada Daniels. Oh, by the way, if I mispronounce anyone's name, I apologize. I'll do my best. Some of them are pretty easy, some of them might be a little bit, to you it might be pronounced one way, to me it's another. So I don't want to butcher anyone's name, but just letting you know. First comment, Jada Daniels. What do you do for a living? Also, I love your shirt. Well, thank you. That Samurai Jack shirt was really cool. I'm happy I got it. At this current time, I actually don't have a job. For the past, I'd say 2 or 3 years, I have been at a community college. And I'm living at home still. And during the time at community college, I played football. And football took up a lot of my schedule with practices and games and whatnot, at least during the summer and fall. And then the rest of the time I dedicated to schoolwork to focus on getting good grades. So I didn't have time to get a full-time job. I still did some stuff on the side to earn some extra cash, but I never got a full-time job. And then this last fall, something very unfortunate happened. I was getting ready to play another season of football, and I don't know how well it's going to show up on the camera. Here, let me make sure I go to the actual camera so I can see this. I actually had a hand infection, and you can see the scar across there and right along there. The infection was right there. I got it in weightlifting. And I don't know if any of you are familiar with the term MRSA, but my hand got infected with MRSA, and for the period of a week, I kept getting antibiotics and stuff to fight it off, and it kept getting worse and worse and worse, and eventually they said, okay, we need to get you in the hospital now, we have to do major surgery. So that was a very fun experience for me, and the next thing I know, I'm in the hospital for a week. I had 3 major hand surgeries. They had to cut me open, and I went through months of rehab to get full motion back in my hand, because originally after the surgery I could only move it this much. It was really a scary experience, but here I am, full motion, everything. That was last August when that all went down. So needless to say, I came to the decision to stop playing football. That's a whole different discussion in its own right. Very hard decision to make, but I also had to focus on rehab for a while. And for the past few months, now that I'm well again, I've actually been looking for work. I've done a couple interviews recently, and I have one coming up in a few days. I don't want to tell you guys what it is because I don't want to jinx it. Not that jinxes are real or anything, but can't be too safe. But yeah, so currently I am not working. I am 21 years old and living at home and just doing occasional YouTube as a hobby, as well as looking for work. So that is my current situation on that front. Thank you, Jada, for the question. Wilfredo Martinez, who is your avatar based on? Okay, this is actually a pretty cool question. As you guys know, my avatar is named MightyGazelle. It's a very odd name, right? MightyGazelle. It's kind of out of the blue. When I first decided that I wanted to start doing YouTube, I wanted to come up with a creative name that sort of had a kind of a little nugget of history to my childhood. Back when I was 8 or so years old, I lived in Kansas at the time, and our local YMCA had this little zone called the Y Zone, and it's basically a place where you take your kids to sort of hang out while you work out in the gym. And me and my sister would always get taken to the Y Zone, and basically it's a place where you can just sit down and watch SpongeBob and Shrek and various other things that were on TV at the time. This is early 2000s, so it was a good time to be alive. A lot of good stuff then. Anyway, the guy who ran the place was named Josh. He was a really cool guy, but Josh went above and beyond what you were supposed to do with the Y Zone. He actually donated his old school like video game systems to be used in this Y Zone, and he had a whole bunch of CRT TV set up, and you could just play any of the games you wanted to. And I remember it. I always, not always, but a lot of the time, I played F-Zero X on the N64 that he had brought in. And the character that I always picked because he looked super cool, and I just loved his design, how he looked, was MightyGazelle. And when I was trying to decide my channel name, I was like, you know, I don't want something generic like Gamer Guy or whatever. Not that anyone would ever be named Gamer Guy, and if there is, I apologize, not to bash on your name. So when I was trying to decide a name, I was like, okay, what would be kind of a fun, unique name that kind of has a little bit of history with me? And so I chose MightyGazelle, and then I went with the avatar of, you know, the robot guy, but I made a different design with a artist on Fiverr. I'll link him down below if you guys want to check him out. He's very talented, and I've had a relationship with him for the past year and a half that I've been on YouTube. He's done a great job with my intro, as you guys see. He made that intro for me. I added the music myself, but he did the animation and everything. He did my channel art background. He did the avatar himself, and it's basically my own take on the character to differentiate itself from the Nintendo one, because the one that Nintendo has is very more mature looking and kind of gruff, which is cool. But I wanted to have a little more family-friendly look to it. So yeah, that's what my avatar is based on. Thank you for the question, Wilfredo. SJ, I can't pronounce your name. I'm just gonna spell it out. SJAIJK Kowski asks, boobs or butts? Why did I feel like I ought to get a question like this? Boobs or butts? First of all, I'm not the kind of guy who objectifies women like, oh, she's got a great ass, or, you know, something like that. To me, the physical feature that is most impressive to me on a woman is their eyes and their smile. I know that sounds like, whoa, you're such a cool dude. Like, no, that's just what I think. I think if you have beautiful eyes, it captures you. Who cares what, you know, the rest of her looks like? But in this question, boobs or butts, I am definitely an ass man. I feel like if you asked me like 7 years ago when I was in the middle of my teens, I would have said boobs, but I feel like every guy in their teens would say that too. But as you get older, you just appreciate the butt. That's all I'm going to say on that. Thank you for the question. Name I can't pronounce. Apologize, by the way. Human asks, are you my dad? Are you my dad? I don't think so. I don't think I'm your dad. I would hope I'm not. Unless I was like knocked out cold somewhere and there's a relationship thing that I don't remember about. Interesting question, human, but no, I'm sorry. I don't think I'm your dad. Hopefully you find him soon. Max Plain asks, will you react to One Punch Man? So, two things. I've actually seen One Punch Man and I love it. It's a great show. It's so funny and it's great animation, and you guys know One Punch Man by now, I'm sure. And the second thing is, I don't know what show I'm going to do next after My Hero Academia. As it stands, this show, I'm almost caught up. I'm almost through season 1, as you guys know, and season 2 is like 14 episodes in, and that show's got like 10 episodes left of the season 2, so I'll be covering that as well as doing my Let's Plays during that time, and I'm not sure what show to do next. One Punch Man is definitely a contender, I will not lie to you. The thing is, I kind of want the next show to be one that's blind to me. So I might need you guys' help in deciding that, because as much as I love watching this show again, because it's a great show and I'm having a lot of fun doing it, I'd love for my reactions to go back to being surprised, like how they were in Samurai Jack. I think you guys really enjoy that. But yeah, that's a ways off in the future. One Punch Man is definitely in consideration, though, I promise you that. Thank you for the question, Max Plain. Gaming Taylor, hey Gaming Taylor. I don't know if you guys know, me and Gaming Taylor have known each other for a while on YouTube. Definitely go check out his channel. We've done some podcasts together about video games and whatnot. He asks, or first he says, wow, I love the shirt. Well, thank you, Taylor. What do you think your most played games are, longest hours? Also, what do you not like about Dragon Ball Z? The first question, what do you think your most played games are? That's tough. because you usually don't like record how many hours you play a game. One, I can tell you a couple right off the top of my head for sure that I know I've played a lot of hours of. Overwatch on PS4, I think I have like 600 hours on it. It's quite a lot of time. I play alone as well as play with friends and competitive. We play that like every weekend or so. It's a lot of fun, and I spend a lot of time in Overwatch. That's one of the games. Another game would have to be Smash Brothers Melee on the GameCube. I cannot tell you guys how many nights I have had, like not recently, but when I was younger, of just friends coming over, going over to a friend's house and playing Smash Brothers Melee. Not to mention with my cousins. Every time we'd hang out when we were younger, we'd always play. And I can't tell you exactly how many hours because it didn't like keep track on the GameCube, but there were definitely quite a few hours played on that game. And then the last game I feel like I spent a lot of time on was the original Star Wars Battlefront. When I was younger, I had a huge just passion for Star Wars. I still do. You can't see it, but on my shelf I've got plenty of Star Wars stuff. But Star Wars Battlefront 1 was a game that I played the heck out of. I would just sit there and go to like a skirmish, and I would just play on Hoth and Tatooine and Bespin, and I would just sit there and play. It was fun. I just loved like pretending to be like a stormtrooper, or my favorite class was the super battle droids, and I would just fire wrist rockets at everybody, and I would try to get like 50 people in one hit, not like 50 people, but 5 or so people in one missile. And I'd always win. I was a master at that game. I didn't play online at the time. I didn't really know how to set that up on my PS2. But yeah, quite a few hours played in that game as well. Thank you for the question, Gaming. Oh, wait. What do you not like about Dragon Ball Z? So I don't really know what he means by that, because from when I talked to him about Dragon Ball Z, I said I liked it, but I kind of get what he's saying. I guess the thing I don't like about Dragon Ball, I think, okay, let me rephrase myself. I think he's asking this because I don't freak out about Dragon Ball Z as an anime like a lot of people do. First of all, I do like the show. I think it's very entertaining. I think the fights are great, and who doesn't love when like he goes like rage mode and goes Super Saiyan? But I think the thing I don't like about it, if anything, is there's so much to like watch, and a lot of the episodes are kind of like fillery. And the plot gets kind of ridiculous sometimes, in the sense that like Goku's been revived, I think like 4 times or 3 times. Like, I don't know. I feel like I don't like shows where they kill off someone and they keep bringing them back. And I get that it makes sense in some of the plot in Dragon Ball Z. I have not watched the whole series, but it's not a show that I'm rabidly like a fan about like a lot of people are. So if that answers your question, I hope it does it justice, Taylor. Harrow, on the way we go. Do you like cats? I do like cats. I would say I'm more of a dog person. Like if someone said, "Hey, do you want to own a cat when you get older? Like when you have a house and do you want a cat?" I'd be okay with having a cat, but I feel like I understand dogs more. I feel like I can connect with a dog more than a cat, and I know that's part of the charm of cats. They like kind of flip you off in their own way. But I have no problem with cats. I don't hate like how they leave fur everywhere and stuff like that, or they like, I don't know how you train one. Do you just expect it to go in the litter box, or do you like put it there? I don't even know. But I'm definitely more of a dog person. I do like cats though. Thank you for the question, Harrow, on the way we go. The MC asks, what inspired you to become a YouTuber? This one's actually kind of funny. A lot of YouTubers, they know from the get-go they wanted to do YouTube. They like, oh my god, I'm gonna make a channel, I'm gonna make it great, I'm going to just work hard at this. My story is not nearly as inspirational or as cool. One night, roughly like a year and a half ago, I was just bored one night, and I was like, you know what, kind of want to make a YouTube video. So I made a YouTube video. I'll put the link to this video down below. It's very not professional, but I'm proud of it. I basically, contrary to what you might think when I say this, I made a Nintendo sort of tribute video to the song of Smash Mouth, All Star by Smash Mouth. And no, I did not do it as a meme, because that song has become a meme with Shrek. I did it because the song itself is awesome, and if you disagree, you're going somewhere that's not heaven. I'm kidding, but the song is very good, and I basically printed off the lyrics to the song, and I was like, as each set of lyrics came by, I would find a video that corresponded well with those lyrics, and then I made this video, put it together, put it on YouTube. It has like not many views at all, but the thing that was special about making that video is, even though I didn't get a lot of views or anything like that, it felt really good to do the process of being creative and making a video. And I can't really explain like in depth what that feeling was, but just sitting there on a computer editing scene by scene, adjusting audio, making transitions that felt like they flowed well, and making something you genuinely created and are happy about and putting it on the internet for people to see. Something really appealed about that to me. And then I just started my adventure on YouTube. That's the best way I can answer that. The MC, thank you for the question. B, the idea. What's your real name? My real name is Jake. Jake. I won't tell you my last name, but yeah. I got my name because my dad named it after a John Wayne movie. He's a big John Wayne fan. There's a movie called Big Jake, and he named me Jake. It's a name I'm very happy to have. It's pretty simple, but you don't really see too many Jakes. You more often see Jacobs that go by the nickname Jake, but those are fake Jakes. Real Jakes are like me. I'm kidding. We're not all like me. But yes, my real name is Jake. You can call me that if you want in the comments. I prefer Gazelle. I kind of like Gazelle the best, personally. I don't like people calling me Mighty. That's okay too. But I feel weird people calling me Mighty because I'm really not Mighty. I'm just a guy like everyone else. Thank you for the question though. Who was that? Be the idea. Squad Levy. What's your favorite anime and why is it Hunter x Hunter? Oh, so you think you can predict my answer now, too? So I've actually never seen Hunter x Hunter. It's on my list of anime to watch. That's actually one that's up for contention because everyone likes that anime. What is my favorite anime? So that's actually a tough question. I've only been watching anime for about 2.5 years to maybe 3 years. And I've seen maybe, at most, like 8 full series of anime. So my answer is going to be somewhat limited, just to give you a heads up. Honestly, at the moment, the two that come to mind are My Hero Academia and Assassination Classroom. Both shows have a colorful art style, which I really like. I'm usually not a fan of anime that are kind of dull and dreary. The only one I've really actually enjoyed that's kind of dull and dreary is Attack on Titan Season 1. Even that show, like, I felt like uncomfortable watching it half the time because it's very graphic, but it was a very good storytelling. So that's a good anime as well. But to answer your question, I'd probably say My Hero Academia at the moment. Assassination Classroom is very good as well. There's only 2 seasons of that show, so I highly recommend that you check it out. Thank you for the double question, Squad Levy. Hair on the way we go, ask another question, do you like dogs? Well, I answered that in your first question. The answer is yes. Chris321290 asks, if a Gandhi made a cartoon with the Samurai Jack art style, will it be cool? The grammar's a little bit off on this one, Chris. If Gandhi, I'm going to guess if you said if Gandhi made a cartoon, or if a Gandhi cartoon... Okay, I'm gonna guess you said if a Gandhi cartoon was made with a Samurai Jack art style, would it still be cool? Sure. I mean, I don't know too much about the man Gandhi himself, but I don't think he went around slashing robots and stuff, so it'd be a pretty pacifist show. But the art style would be great. That much I know. So yeah, I mean, I probably wouldn't watch it too much, but thank you for the question. Cool Science Guy, what's your favorite anime? I already answered that question, but... thank you for asking anyways. Hindrance, where were you born and where are you now? So long ago, 21 years ago, I was born in a small town of Eden Prairie in Minnesota. Beautiful place. So yeah, I'm from Minnesota, the land of 1,000 lakes, don't you know? I'm just rationalizing. That's not how all Minnesotans talk. But I moved when I was 3. And I moved to Utah, where I lived for 3 years. I spent like kindergarten and like preschool and stuff there. Um, and then I went to Kansas, where I lived for 5.5 years. And I made a lot of great friends in Kansas. That's where I spent most, actually no, all of elementary school. And then in 2007, I moved to California with my family. The reason I moved so much is my dad worked for Target at the time, and they had him relocate. That's no longer a problem. We don't have to like worry about relocating or anything anymore. So yeah, I've lived in California for 10 years now, and I both love it and hate it. I love some of the people here are very unique, and I love the people who live here. I'm a fan of weather though, like changing weather, and in California, 99% of the time it's sun, which some people consider a good thing. I love sunny weather, don't get me wrong, but I kind of like the occasional rain. I like, maybe some snow. I like when you can see the leaves change color in the fall. I like stuff like that. If you don't really get that here, we just get palm trees and constant sunshine, which a lot of people really enjoy, especially old people. Old people come here all the time. Thank you for the question, Hindrance. Okay, how many more do I... Oh, wait, I got a bunch more. You guys asked a lot of questions, which is perfectly fine. Let's see. Blazer Bendez. Here's a fun one for you. What's one place in the world you'd like to travel and why? I'd probably say I'd love to go to Rome. There's so much history at Rome that really intrigues me. And not to mention, I want to see the Colosseum, because I love the design of their architecture. It's really appealing to me. I really think I'd enjoy myself at Rome. And one thing about me, though, is I don't have any desires to really travel. I like being in the United States. But if someone said, hey, here's a free ticket to go to Rome, I'd say, hell yeah. Be a scary flight. I mean, I'm not a fan of flying. I've been in a plane like, I don't know, 30, 40 times, but I'm still not a fan of it. But Rome is my answer. Thank you for the question, Blazer Bendez. Hokkaido Wolf. What's the story behind your username, MightyGazelle? I explained that before, so there you go. Thank you for the question anyway. Tuyen Nguyen. How would you change the ending of Samurai Jack? Do you like the series to have more seasons? So honestly, I wouldn't change any of the plot elements as to what happened in Samurai Jack, the finale. In terms of like Aku dying, Ashi dying, and Jack going back to the past, I wouldn't change them from happening. What I would change is how they were handled. I would have had more time between Jack and Aku. Well, first of all, I would have had another episode or made the series finale an hour long. I would have had more time and dialogue between Jack and Aku, because I feel like that's what made the show so special in the first few seasons, or one of the things. With Ashi's death, I would have probably had her vanish right in the second they got back to the past, because it would make more sense and it'd be more impactful. Also, if they did want to have the wedding way, I would have had the gods come in and say, hey, here's she's back to life because we owe you this one. I have a whole rant about the gods I could go on, but I'm not going to go too in-depth on that. Yeah, that's all I would really change. I liked how Jack got back to the past. I think that's the best scenario that could have happened, honestly. I think it's very fitting, and yeah. As to if I would have... Do you want the series to have more seasons? No, I do not. I think that this is the ending that Genndy Tartakovsky wanted to tell, and I feel like if they made any more seasons, he wouldn't be involved because he said he's done. He doesn't want to do it anymore. Not that he doesn't like the series, but he feels like it's been laid to rest, and I feel like if you had the show without Genndy Tartakovsky behind it, it would not be nearly as good. That is my own opinion, though. Thank you for the question, Tuyen. Joe Wright, have you read or watched Berserk? I have not read or watched Berserk. I know it's a very popular manga, I believe. I have seen some pictures and it looks very cool. I don't know too much about it, but I'll look into it just because you asked, and I will see if it is a series that I'd put in contention for my next show. So, okay. Thank you for the question, Joe Wright. Min Not. Do you play any MOBA? What do you do for a living? I know that Samurai Jack ending is good, but it left me with a feeling of emptiness for Jack. Do you feel the same? Can you re-upload your reactions videos for Samurai Jack? So 4 questions in one. I will definitely tackle this though. Do you play any MOBA? I don't at the moment, but I'm planning on getting into Black Desert Online. Now that I have a gaming PC that I built, I can play some good old-fashioned gaming, or games, I should say. I'm waiting for the Steam Summer Sale though to see if it goes a little bit cheaper. It's only $10 right now, but if I can wait 5 days and get it for $5, I'm not in any hurry. What do you do for a living? I already answered that question. I know Samurai Jack ending is good, but it left me with a feeling of emptiness for Jack. I don't really feel a feeling of emptiness for Jack. I feel like it's kind of messed up what happened to him, but I feel like now he has a worry-free future in front of him that he can build to the best of his ability with his family and his people. And I think that fills any sort of emptiness that he would have, as well as the fact that, you know, we got the ladybug scene. So Jack's probably very happy with how things are. Not like happy, like completely, but I feel like he's going to be okay. Can you re-upload your reaction videos for Samurai Jack? No. I'm curious as to why you ask that. Are you living in a country where they don't have, or they got blocked? Because all my videos are still up in the United States. All 10, or all 7 that I did. They're still active in the United States. They didn't get blocked because I fought the copyrights and stuff and won. So they're up. I don't need to re-upload those if you're in the United States. But if you're in another place, I'm not going to re-upload them because Warner is very strict about blocking their content in other countries. So I can't. There's nothing I could do. I apologize. Thank you for the quad question, Minnat. Trey22, do you like pizza? Do I like pizza? Are you freaking crazy? Pizza is like probably my favorite food of all time. It goes back and forth between pizza and spaghetti. It's like the ultimate food. You can customize it however you want. If you're a vegetarian, you can have, you know, all sorts of vegetables on it, which is kind of gross because pizza's made to have some pepperoni. But honestly, like you ask me, hey, do you want a pepperoni pizza for dinner? I will say yes, unless I'm dead. So, thank you for the question, Trey. Taiwan #1. Do you think the World Serpent will betray Kratos in the coming God of War game? Never played a God of War game, but for the sake of the answer, I will say yes. I think the World Serpent will betray Kratos. Don't know who it is, but I think it will happen. Andre Dowden. Sorry if I butchered your name. Is that a Samurai Jack animated cell on the wall in the back? Let's see. That one right there? Why, yes, oh, it's not a cell, but it's... One second. I'll go get it. Okay. This little baby was a... Sorry for the reflection. I'll try to, like, get it to where you can actually see it. This was a... They had a limited edition sort of official print on Adult Swim's website. You could order these for, guess how much? $10. I got an official Samurai Jack print for $10. They were in limited quantities. There were 3 different ones available. I chose this one because I kind of liked how it looked. I did an unboxing for it if you want to see it in a little bit better quality without the glare and stuff like that. I posted that like a month ago, a little over a month ago. There were originally Genndy Tartakovsky signed ones that were available on the website for $20, which is crazy. But those sold out like instantly because I think there's only 100 of them. And ever since I found out that I missed out on those, I was just patrolling their website every day, and I was waiting to get a chance to get them again. And one day they came up with these, the ones that I just showed you, but they weren't signed. But they were $10, so I was like, heck yeah, I'm gonna get this one that I want. Looking back, I probably should have gotten all of them. The other ones were Jack looking off to the skeletons on like the spears that's in the opening intro, and another one was with one of the daughters of Aku bleeding in the snow. But I chose the one that I wanted the most, and I'm perfectly happy with that. So, yeah. Thank you for the question, Andre Dowden. Medea McLeod. Love your channel, man. Well, thank you, Medea. If I'm not wrong, you mentioned once that you had to go to class. What are you studying? So when I was at my community college, I was actually just doing my generals, like math, sciences, Englishes, all the basic stuff out of the way, as well as some things that you have to have required, like speech class and let's see, what else did I do? There's like a music history class I had. There's a whole bunch of different like basic classes. When I build up some money, I'm going to work the rest of this year and some of the next year. I plan to probably go back to school next fall. I'd love to go to school for animation and movies. My dream job is to work for Pixar. I think that'd be the greatest thing ever because Pixar, it makes fantastic movies. Their standard is second to none, and I think it'd be a lot of fun to work for Pixar. So that's what I would go to school for when I go back. But yeah, thank you for the question, Medea. Jactus Inc. Who inspired you to make YouTube videos? Sorry. I had a breakfast that was apparently gassy. So like I mentioned, I didn't really have any plans to make sort of a YouTube channel. It just sort of came out of nowhere. But if I had to say a channel that inspired my style or anything like this sort, for the first year or so on YouTube, I did a lot of Let's Plays. And the reason I did Let's Plays was because of a channel called Slim Kirby. Slim Kirby is a guy that I've been watching since like 2008, like a long time ago. He's a very genuine guy. He does a lot of great content on YouTube. He does Let's Plays of all sorts of Nintendo games. He loves the Simpsons games. He does all sorts of, just some PS2 games. He does all sorts of old school games as well as some new ones. And he's very famous for his Mario Party Let's Plays and stuff like that. And the reason I look up to him and the reason I did videos like Let's Plays and stuff like that is because he looked like a guy who just had fun making YouTube videos and still to this day doesn't care what anyone thinks about him. Just goes and has a great time on YouTube. And his personality is so great. The content that he makes is very high quality. It's not like over the top, like there's not crazy animations and people faking personalities. It's just a guy being genuine, doing what he loves, and honestly, that's very inspiring to me. And as for current YouTubers I look up to, Chris Stuckman's another one. Chris Stuckman handles everything he does with a professionalism that's just, to me, unrivaled. Yet he's still goofy and a nerd deep down inside, which is great. I love his videos. He has so much passion in what he does. The running theme with the people that I look up to is passion. People that just enjoy what they do and don't try to be fake. That's the best way I can answer that question. I hope that answers it best. That's the best I can answer, Jactus. The commentary gamer / TGC. Would you want Samurai Jack to more seasons? And if it comes out on DVD, will you buy it? I already answered the question of more seasons, but if it comes out on DVD, I will ignore the DVD and wait for the Blu-ray because Blu-ray is better than DVD. So yes, I have waited to get the series on Blu-ray. Hopefully it comes out eventually. Hopefully they come out with seasons 1 through 4 on the same package. That'd be great. It's been available on like PlayStation Store, like the HD videos of the episodes, but I'm more of a, if there's a show or a movie that I really like, I'd prefer to have the physical Blu-ray disc of it. That's just how I feel. So thank you for the question, the commentary gamer. Squad Levy, any favorite movies or games? Movies, like I said earlier, I'm a huge Star Wars fan. I also love Pixar, like I mentioned. I really don't have a favorite movie because I enjoy such a wide array of movies, but I'll try to answer this best I can. My favorite animated movie or movies of all time is probably a tie between like this is a video. This is something I should make an entirely different video. Toy Story 1 has a special place in my heart. I understand now it's dated in some aspects, but that kindled my love for the kind of movies that I love today. And as for real movies, I really enjoy Shawshank Redemption. I think it's a great movie. Movies, it's tough for me to like tell you my favorite movie. I'm being honest. There's so many great ones. As for games, another just tough question. So again, I should probably make a video on like my top 10 games. I can't really rank them. I can tell you the ones I'm thinking of that are in contention. Kingdom Hearts 2 is a game I love to the end of Earth. I love everything about Kingdom Hearts 2. The story is amazing. The combat's amazing. Character's amazing. I also really enjoy... I don't play it anymore, but the experience that I had with Borderlands 1, that was my first game that I had an online experience with. I played with friends. I got my Xbox 360 around that time, and I had such a great time. The memories in that game are just amazing. That's up there as well. Battalion Wars on the GameCube, another game that I just have such great fond memories with. I can't tell you my favorite game, to be honest, but if I had to answer, just for the sake of this, Kingdom Hearts 2. Thank you for the question, Squad Levy. Cristiano Ayala, have you seen Shrek is Love? Wait, have you seen Shrek is Love, Shrek is Life? What are your thoughts? Okay, so yes, I've seen Shrek is Love, Shrek is Life. I think that they took a wholesome family icon that kids grew up with and there was nothing wrong with until this guy came out with this video, and now Shrek is just this meme that cannot be stopped. I mean, I'm not mad at the guy for making the video because I think it's entitled to creativity. It's a very strange video. But I think it just makes people look at Shrek a different way. I mean, I don't even think it does. I know it does. Which is a shame because like Shrek and Shrek 2 are great movies for kids, honestly. That's how I feel about that. Thank you for the question, Cristiano. Let's see. What Tux Bear Gaming. Oh, and what's your favorite? Oh, so he has two questions. Okay, what's the first one says? What's your favorite movie / favorite video game genre? Genre of video games, I'd probably say RPG. Because RPG can take so many different forms, and I love just making a character and going on quests and adventures and stuff like that. Favorite anime. I already answered that question. What is your favorite video game company or franchise? Franchise or not franchise? Company, Nintendo. Nintendo has not just a special place in my heart, but the way they go about making games, it's truly a breath of fresh air, especially in today's like, we're pushing graphics, we're pushing hardcore action, we're pushing maturity, which is maturity's fine, and all that stuff's fine. But Nintendo, I feel like they're like the mad scientists of the gaming industry. They don't try to just come out with what's safe. They try to reinvent what it means to play games. And sometimes it fails terribly. The Wii U, the Virtual Boy. But sometimes it's just such a nice breath of fresh air. The Wii, I know that people bash on the Wii because it's kind of a kiddie system in a way. But look at the Switch. This thing looks freaking awesome. You can take it on the go, and you can take a video game console with console graphics on the go wherever you go. And it's just, something about them is truly special. As for franchise, Kingdom Hearts probably my favorite franchise in terms of all the games that have been released for it. Let's see. Mythical. Do you look up to any YouTubers? I answered that question. Kevo, why is Gazelle so mighty? Edit, then shows a robot. I can't explain why the Gazelle is so mighty, but the Gazelle is so mighty that he does not need an explanation. Hey, Hero, hey! Such a dope shirt, and LOL, hey MightyGazelle, what's your home address? Hero, you're so freaking funny. My question is, did you play Pokemon Yellow, and if so, what did you think of Pikachu? Well, Hero, I have played Pokemon Yellow, but it's been quite a long time. I vividly remember back when I was like 6 or 7, I was over at a friend's house, and he had a Game Boy Color. Like, we were getting ready for bed, and we couldn't sleep, so we're just like, okay, let's play some games. And he had a Game Boy Color, and he's like, hey, you want to play this game? I was like, yeah, sure. And inside was Pokemon Yellow. And I was like, oh, cool, like, Pikachu's following me around and stuff. And it had a little... I don't know if you remember Game Boy Colors, they had a little like lamp you could plug into the side and like shine a light on it, so I was just sitting there playing the game. So, what do I think of Pikachu? I think I love the design of Pikachu, the old Pikachu, when he's like fat and chubby. I think it's way cooler than the slimmed down, like slim fast one they have now. Because back then he had character, he didn't care what he looked like, he rocked it like a boss. He's like, yeah, I'm chubby, so what? I'll shock you to death. Yeah, I'm not a huge Pokemon fan, but I do enjoy the games. So thank you, Hirohei. Check out Hirohei's channel as well. Same with Gaming Taylor. Both are great guys who I've talked to in the past on YouTube. Alex Thompson. Hey, dude, I don't know if you watched Symbiotic Titan, but if you did, do you think it would have a deserved second season? Also, to get to the point, do you think Gendy should revive it on Adult Swim, or it's better as it is now? So, the question of whether I want it to come back or not, of course I do. The show was awesome. I went through and actually watched it for the first time kind of recently. The characters in it are great. I love the premise of the show. Unfortunately, the thing that happened to Symbiotic Titan is similar to what happened to another show that people liked. I don't know if you guys remember a show called Megas XLR. But that show can no longer be aired on TV or used to profit in any sort of way because it's written off as a tax loss. The same thing happened to Symbiotic Titan because they couldn't sell toys and stuff like that, which is absolutely ridiculous. So the show has like barely a chance at all of ever coming back, even if they wanted it to, because they wrote it off as taxes. But yeah, so I'd love the show to come back for sure. Struggle Bars. What is that made you start YouTube channel? Answer that. What is your favorite music genre? And out of that genre, who's your favorite artist? My favorite music genre is probably rock and roll. Or not rock and roll, but rock. I'm a huge fan of 80s and 90s, like 80s and 70s music. I love Aerosmith. I love AC/DC. So if I had to answer that question, I'd say Billy Joel. Probably Billy Joel is my favorite amongst that genre. And then, who's your favorite anime character? Oh, that's tough. Favorite anime character? Like I mentioned, I've only seen so many series of anime. But if I had to pick... If I had to pick one character that I think was great, probably Koro Sensei from Assassination Classroom. He's so wise and so kind to his students, and he's so funny. Koro Sensei is one of the coolest characters that I can remember from any anime. Hope that answers your question. Struggle Bears. Bars. Flareon Dash. You guys asked a lot of questions. I'm almost done though. Flareon Dash, my question. Have you watched Pokemon? And if you yes, wait, okay, let me rephrase. My question, have you watched Pokemon? And if yes, do you like the show and why? What is your opinion on the show? What made you start watching it, if you watch it? What is your favorite Pokemon, if you have one? And do you plan on making a reaction on it in the future? A lot of Pokemon questions, Flareon Dash. So I love the original show, the first few seasons. The one where he's in Johto and he meets Ash, and he meets Brock and Misty and gets Pikachu and stuff like that. That was such a huge part of my childhood. I love those episodes to death. I would still watch it to this day. I don't like the show nowadays. I think it's too like kid friendly and just I don't like the animation style. I like the old sort of hand drawn look that the show had. My favorite Pokemon is probably Gengar. Gengar is just a badass. I love everything about Gengar. I love that he's a ghost Pokemon. I love his attacks, everything like that. And what other question did you have? Do I plan on making reactions to it? No, only because I don't care enough about the new shows to even watch them. So, and I don't think I would ever go back and rewatch the old ones because I feel like that's been done 1,000 times on YouTube. Hopefully that answers your question, Flareon Dash. Abe Lardobi Tran. A question that's inappropriate, and I will not ask that question or answer that question. Stellar Wolf. What character do you relate to most and why? It can be from any movie, anime, cartoon, etc. Who do I relate to the most? I would go with, for the sake of this, I'll pick a cartoon. I'll go with Hey Arnold, specifically Arnold. He seems like a very down-to-earth kid, very genuine, and he's got a good heart. I don't want to keep like saying stuff like that because I don't like boasting myself up, but he's very genuine in how he talks and everything about him. He sees things in a different light. He'll often just sit there and just stare at the ceiling of his room. I don't sit there and stare at the ceiling of my room, but he'll just sit there and just think and let his imagination run wild. he knows how to pick his friends. He's always kind to everyone, most of the time anyway, and he's able to learn from his mistakes. So I feel like that's who I'd relate to the most. I don't have too much long to think about that, but yeah. Thank you, Stellar Wolf, for the question. Ivan Arvizu, what's your favorite anime opening? Okay, okay, that's hard because every anime almost has like a great opening because I feel like they're so high budget and amazing. The artwork in any anime opening is just crazy. What's my favorite? So 3 come to mind that I can think of that I would put at number 1. I can't decide at the moment, but the first one would be the 4th opening to Assassination Classroom. I said that weird. I love that opening. Such high energy. It's so nostalgic. Not nostalgic, but if you watch it, you can almost like start tearing up because it's sad. Naruto Shippuden the first season of Shippuden. Opening 1. That one's very good as well. Very like boom, boom, boom. I love like the music they got going on in that, and the animation's great. And then season 2 of My Hero Academia has a great opening. One that it gets stuck in my head every damn time I hear it. I'm gonna stop thinking about it now because I'll start humming it. But those would be my answers to that. Matt Brown, what are some of your favorite shows other than Samurai Jack and My Hero Academia? I'll just answer this with I love Friends. Friends, the sitcom that premiered mid 90s to mid 2000s. That show is so freaking good. I've been watched that show like 3 times on Netflix. I'm not even upset. Another show I think is great is Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad is a phenomenally written and acted show. It's just so good. I think a lot of you have already seen Breaking Bad, but it's really good. And the spin-off Better Call Saul is also amazing. So that's how I would answer that question. There's plenty more. How and when did you know you want to become a YouTuber? I already answered that question. What are some of your favorite movies? I think I already answered that one. What do you do outside of YouTube? I love hanging out with friends. I play video games with them all the time. Sometimes I'll go bowling. Sometimes I'll hang out and just go eat. Like I said, I used to play football, but then I gave that up for health reasons. As I also got like concussions like once in college, and I was just like, it's not worth it, my health wise. Let's just answer that a little bit. Thank you, Matt Brown, for the questions. Last question. Wow, this is the last question? Okay, we're done after this one. The Durank Dodge. What is your opinion on Steven Universe? Never seen the show, but I've heard it's very good. It's one that I'm definitely going to need to check out in the future. If you guys want to, that might be one that I might put on the to be determined list for my next show. We'll see how that goes. Yeah. And after that, we have finished all of the questions. I didn't think... There's a lot of questions in there. So, I hope I did you guys justice with the answers. I got up kind of early today. As you can probably tell this whole time, it's been getting brighter and brighter outside my room. I wanted to wake up and just do this because I feel like I'm more awake in the morning, which sounds weird. But yeah, I hope you guys really enjoy this. Sorry if I didn't give the best answers from some of these. My throat's getting kind of sore because of all the talking. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Stay tuned for more reactions, and my Let's Play is going to be starting up soon. I have to do more recording. I got kind of pushed to the wayside from like E3 and just some other things going on. So yeah, again, hope you guys enjoyed. Until next time, this has been MightyGazelle, and I hope you all have a mighty day. See you guys.